Like Zoinks, Scoob, don't tell me we have to face the Goblin King again. Rather face so, Shaggy. Man, who says summer mysteries and celebrating Halloween is easy? Like, probably nobody says that, Scooby. Fair enough, but still. Good afternoon, everybody. It's October 1st! Woo! And I did promise that I'll do a second look review of Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King, followed by Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo, and Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. So I decided to give Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King a second look review. And if you guys saw my original review of this last year, you pretty much know what the heck to expect from this movie. But just in case some of you might need a little bit of a reminder or a recap, which I honestly don't blame you, don't worry. To face a Goblin King, courage is crucial. So for Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, the odds are against them. Well, no squad, Sherlock! What a predicament. The amazing Koretsky, a failed carnival magician, steals the light magic from Princess Fairy Willow, and Scooby-Doo and Shaggy must stop him or everyone will turn into horrible Halloween monsters. Our heroes board the Grim Reaper Railroad into the fantastic world of Halloween Land to retrieve the powerful Goblin Scepter from the Goblin King before midnight. Along the way, they encounter the infamous Headless Horseman, the helpful Jack-o'-lantern, and a frisky broomstick that takes them on the ride of their afterlives. Besides Miss Ring's regulars, the guest vocal cast is the Halloween Hoot, including Laura Balkan, Tim Curry, who isn't a stranger to the Scooby-Doo franchise, and heroes Hanyam Penteria, if I'm saying that right. Your house will shake with enchanted creatures and weird worlds in this merry, animated adventure. Okay, I promise I'm not gonna do that scary voice throughout the rest of the video. Oh boy. So after giving Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King a proper second look review, since it is the first day of October, I gotta admit, this movie still holds up pretty well. I probably, as usual with the second look, aka revisit edition videos, I probably said this before, but I'm gonna go into a lot of repeat mode. So like I said in my original review of this movie, Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King is one of the greatest Halloween movies ever. Great animation, since it uses the traditional What's New Scooby-Doo art style. It does have a fun plot with a beginning, middle, and end. And it is quite a fun Halloween movie. And I gotta admit, I probably said this before in my original review, but the songs in this movie are quite toe-tapping and enjoyable. I mean, they're almost like the type of songs you would hear in, like, maybe Blues Brothers, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, or Little Shop of Horrors, for example. Man, you gotta admit, the casting for this movie is phenomenal. I mean, we all know Frank Welker as the voice of Fred Jones in Scooby-Doo, Casey Kasem as Shaggy, Mindy Coleman as Velma, and Greg Griffin as Daphne Blake. But we even get a chance to hear some recognizable voice-over actors who lend their talent in this movie. Like Wayne Knight as the voice of the amazing Kretsky. You might know him better as Emperor Zurg from the animated Buzz Lightyear TV show. Wallace Shawn as the Halloween store owner. I'm not gonna lie, Tim Curry as the Goblin King. Yeah, not only that, but Tim Curry also voiced the Wolfman in this movie as well, when Shaggy and Scooby enter Halloween Land. Now, Tim Curry is not a stranger to the Scooby-Doo franchise. I mean, you might know him better as Penny. You might know him better as Ben Ravencroft from Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, a movie which I think Scooby-Topia has mentioned this before in one of his other old videos. And there was a bit of a weird rumor about Tim Curry originally playing Emil Mondavarius in the live-action movie, but turned it down because he hated Scrappy-Doo and found out he was in it, which actually turned out to be false information. I probably said this before in my original review, but I'm not gonna lie, Tim Curry does a fantastic job playing the Goblin King in this movie. And to be fair, Tim Curry himself is not a stranger when it comes to playing villains in certain movies. I mean, Pennywise the Clown from the 1990s miniseries and Dr. Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show are prime examples of what I mean. And I think those are like two of the most popular movie roles that Tim Curry is known for. And yes, I'm not sure if I said this before in my original review or not, but this is one of those Shaggy and Scooby solo time movies, which I'm guessing most people would get a little bit annoyed at this point. I mean, to be fair with this isn't the first time we sort of had a Shaggy and Scooby solo-related movie or TV show. Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers, School, Reluctant Werewolf, most of the Scooby and Scrappy-Doo series, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue, and the movie Scoob, which I still love by the way, are prime examples of what I mean. But moving on from that, it is pretty cool seeing Shaggy and Scooby encounter all sorts of wacky Halloween creatures while trying to get the scepter from the Goblin King to save the world and Halloween before it's too late. It's sort of like one of those top secret missions that you had to go through. And I'm not gonna lie, seeing the amazing Kretsky go from a failed bumbling magician to a real warlock / wizard is quite insane when you think about it. I mean, even he had to steal the scepter in order for him to become the most powerful wizard of all and take over the world and seize control of Halloween. He even goes so far as to terrorize Fred and the girls and turning the Mystery Machine into, well, the Monstrous Machine. And another thing, it is pretty wild seeing the Mystery Machine go through a very scary transformation. I mean, look at this thing. Even on the DVD cover, it looks pretty terrifying. And you can see Freddy holding on to dear life while the Monstrous Machine chases Velma and Daphne here. Yeah, I guess the DVD art for this movie is quite awesome. It highly represents what to expect from the movie. Now, this movie kind of reminds me of... I'm not sure if this movie is meant to pay homage to the classic Universal monsters of the 20s, 30s, and 40s, as well as Goosebumps and Casper the Friendly Ghost, or Ghostbusters. But it seems like that to me. And yeah, I know I probably said this movie might not pay homage to the original Universal monsters, Casper the Friendly Ghost, Ghostbusters, and Goosebumps. But to me, it pretty much feels like it to me. Man, this is quite a wild Halloween-related movie for everyone to enjoy. And I think this time there is no guy in a cheesy mask. The ghouls and monsters and ghouls are real. Now it kind of reminds me of the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers, Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, and Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, but even more insane. I think they cracked up the insane and intense scale to like 1,000. Okay, maybe not that much, but I'm just saying. So yeah, overall, I honestly think Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King is a fantastic Scooby-Doo movie for everyone to enjoy, as well as this movie being a great Halloween movie. And I'm actually glad I gave it a second look review because it pretty much deserved it. This movie deserves a second look review. So thank you guys so much for watching my second look, aka revisit edition of Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King. And starting tomorrow, I am going to be rewatching Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo and giving it a revisit edition, aka second look review. Because I'm pretty sure it deserves it. So, and I'll give this movie 5 jack-o'-lanterns out of 5. Because that's how phenomenal this movie is. And make sure you guys have a great Halloween. And I gotta admit, this is quite a great way to start off this month, since Halloween is now 30 days away from now.